Ladies and gentlemen, very warm welcome. Good evening to wherever you are at this point in time. This is the Bayside Sports School Dads Cricket Championship. We are coming to you live from the Air India Cricket Ground here in Santa Cruz, KALINA, Mumbai. This is the quarterfinals going on. This is a gold quarterfinal going on. We have 4 segments: platinum, gold, silver, and bronze, of which this is the gold segment match that is going on. The team that loses today goes back home and will not be seen in the competition in this particular season. Chintan Kirawala, the man on strike, has struck a boundary in this over. So has Tarun Jain. Ritesh proving to be a tad expensive for his side. Wide signal there, that's not going to help his cause. It's good to see the men in blue having won the toss, elected to field first. They want to chase down whatever total that the super strikers put up on the board. Chintan Kirawala on strike, driven away, straight to cover. No run taken there. 2 overs have been bowled here. 13 for 1 are the super strikers. Cut away straight towards extra cover. Will pick up a single on the fumble. Silesh Sankav, the man with the ball in hand. It's going to be Chintan Kirawala on strike. Superbly bowled, coming into the right-hander. Fortunately for Chintan, that he was sent back at the right time. Fielder choosing to keep the ball in his palms itself because he knew that he would have made his ground. Well bowled, very well bowled in the good length region. He's swinging it in the air. The ball's coming back into the right-handers. This could be tight. It's very close. The umpire rules in favor of the batsman here. Was there an inside edge or what? Because that looked adjacent. Was a very close call, mind you. I don't think he would have complained, Chintan Kirawala, had that have been given out. Missed a straight ball, to be honest. There again, swinging back into the right-hander. Down towards mid-off. Silesh Sankav picking up the first wicket to have fallen down for the super strikers. Got caught at long on. Was a poor shot in the end when you consider long on in position in the power play. Superbly bowled. Swinging in the air. Pitching and leaving the right-hander after that. That ball straightened. 3 overs have been bowled. 14 for 1 are the super strikers. Ritesh Parekh continuing. Boundary of the very first ball. Let's take a look at this. Swinging, leaving the right-hander, had width on offer. Room given to Tarun Jain and he did not disappoint. Flayed that ball over the top of the infield. And the ball speeded into the ropes for 4. Superb shot from Tarun Jain. Ritesh Parekh pulling out at the last moment. Probably missed his mark at the run-up. Tarun Jain facing up. Much better delivery, but he's cut that beautifully. Besides point. Beats the man that was sweeping in the deep on the offside. Carved away there by Tarun Jain. Was a lovely cricket shot. Take a look at this. Was slightly short. There was room on offer. And the way he met the ball was marvellous in the end. No chance for backward point. And the ball found the ropes. So the super strikers have gotten off to a good start. Particularly Tarun Jain is firing on all cylinders at the moment. Pitched up, driven away this time. He's beaten extra cover. But there is deep extra cover apparently. So it will only be a single for Tarun Jain. Tarun Jain batting on 17 of 11 balls. He's gotten off to a good start. This will be signalled a wide by the umpire. And they'll also pick up both the batsmen stranded at one end. The wicketkeeper not collecting it cleanly. That would have been curtains for Tarun Jain for sure. He ran a couple of runs. In that point in time, it was always his call. He should have ran Chintan Kilawala. But he chose not to. And Tarun Jain lives to fight another day. Chintan Kilawala on strike at the moment. That would have been gone for sure had the keeper have collected the ball cleanly. Once he fumbled the ball, there was nothing that even he could do. And Chintan Kilawala, rather Tarun Jain, made his ground at the non-striking end. Luckily for the super strikers, no harm done. Cut away straight towards point. Will pick up a single here. Driven away between extra cover and mid-off for a single. There's a deep extra cover apparently. They probably know Ritesh is going to swing the ball away from the right-hander. And hence they have protection in the deep. There's a man sweeping on the offside as well. This is the last ball of the power play. Driven away. But there is a man out there, a deep extra cover, who will keep it down to just a single. Was a pretty looking shot for one. 4 overs have been bowled. 27 for one are the super strikers. Sailesh Sankav, the man with the ball in hand. Chintan Kilawala on strike. The field restrictions have been lifted. There are a lot more gaps to be found in the outfield now for the batsman. There you go. Chintan Kilawala and Tarun Jain both misunderstanding each other in the field. Chintan Kilawala here ran a run for sure, went to the middle of the pitch and came back. Both batsmen now having a word with each other. The last thing they want is a run out because they're looking good in the middle. Yes, Chintan Kilawala has struggled to rotate the strike, but there's a small partnership that has been built up between these two gentlemen in the middle. Tarun Jain batting well on 18 of 12 at the non-striking end. Chintan Kilawala just needs to find a way to break the shackles. Sailesh Sankav to Chintan Kilawala. Driven away between mid-off and extra cover for 4. Superb shot by Chintan Kilawala. Not an easy shot to play. Yes, it was pitched up, but you got to find the gap between mid-off and extra cover, and he did that. Threaded the needle on this occasion. Let's take a look at this once again. Superbly done. Once he beat extra cover, mid-off had no chance whatsoever. And the ball speeded into the ropes. That should get Chintan Kilawala up and running. He would be high in confidence after that stroke. This time off the back foot, straight to extra cover. Much better delivery by Sailesh Sankav. The previous one was a half volley, of which Chintan Kilawala took full toll of it. This time goes over the top. There is long off in position. So we'll pick up a single with Chintan Kilawala and bring Tarun Jain on strike. It's going to be interesting to see the approach Tarun Jain employs in the normal overs. The rules are different in the power play overs in this tournament. The first 4 overs are mandatory power play overs, and the next 2 overs are taken between the 11th and the 16th by the batting side. If they don't take it by the 15th and 16th by default become power play overs. Super strikers, although they were jolted early, but they've pulled things back. This partnership is doing well at the moment. Five overs have been completed. 32 for 1 are the super strikers. Viral Gala with the ball now. Chintan Kilawala on strike. Well bowled, Viral. That came back off the seam sharply. One might have to say he did well to get bat onto ball, Chintan Kilawala, on that occasion. Now it's going to be Tarun Jain on strike. Straight to extra cover. No run taken there. "33 for 1" are the super strikers. This partnership looking threatening for the MRV Risers. They know that the partnership that is developing could take the game away from them at the snap of a finger. Flicked away. Straight to short fine leg. A little to the left or the right of the fieldsman. That would have gone in for 4 because he flicked it really well, did Tarun Jain. Tarun Jain facing up to Viral Gala. Goes over the top, does Tarun Jain. Straight to the man sweeping in the deep. A single to Tarun. Couple of runs rather to Tarun Jain there. He moves on to 20 of just 17 balls. Couple of balls to go in the 6th over. Viral Gala to Tarun Jain. Here we go. Driven away. Extra cover misfields. Long off will do the tidying up eventually and keep it down to only a single. Now Viral Gala on strike. Viral Gala with the ball and Chintan Kilawala on strike. That will be signalled a wide by the umpire, rightly so. A ball to come now in the 6th. 37 for 1. Looking to work that one on the onside. Unable to put bat to ball properly. Leg by signal. 6 overs have been completed. 38 for 1 are the super strikers. Silesh Sankav goes over the top, does Tarun Jain there and finds the boundary. In fact, it was Chintan Kilawala who was the man on strike. There's no shot better than the straight drive. This was more of a lofted straight drive. Coming into the batsman, taking advantage of it to his hitting the shot rather to his advantage. And that boundary will make Chintan Kilawala a lot more comfortable in the middle. Sitting on 16 runs of 17 balls, Chintan Kilawala struck a boundary in the previous over as well. So he's just finding his mojo in the middle. A single to Chintan now brings Tarun Jain on strike. Tarun has been kept quiet. This partnership now 40 of just 32 balls. Threatening to take the game away from the MRV Risers. Tarun Jain on strike. Driven away. Straight to extra cover. No run taken there. Good looking shot for no run. Cut away, making room for himself there. Tarun Jain. Straight to the man sweeping in the deep. Will pick up a single here with Tarun Jain and bring Chintan Kilawala on strike. MRV Risers, they won the toss, elected to field first. They wanted to pick up a few more wickets in the power play, or with the new ball rather. They did that with the first wicket, but thereafter it's been all Tarun Jain and Chintan Kilawala. Flicked away on the onside for a single by Chintan Kilawala. Worked away down towards mid-wicket for a single. 7 overs have been bowled here. 46 for 1 are the super strikers. Viral Kala. Tarun Jain goes over the top. Long off, takes it. So finally the partnership has been broken. And Tarun Jain has to depart. Well done to the fieldsman out there in the deep. Right up there. Making room for himself. Flaying that over. Wanted to go over long off. Lacked the power. Did not have enough timing on that ball. And the second wicket down for the super strikers at the score of 46. So Viral Gala enters the wicket column in his very second over. And Tarun Jain has to walk back for 23 of 21. 7.1 overs, 46 for 1 are the super strikers. So new batsman Jasdeep Kohli has come in to replace Tarun Jain. They'll have to start once again, will the super strikers. Just when they were generating momentum, that's when the wicket fell. Never easy to keep the same run rate going thereafter. Misfield by the fieldsman standing at short fine leg. He's coming back for the second here. The throw is towards the bowling end, but it was way too late. Once again, Chintan Kilawala involved in a misunderstanding in the running between the wickets. Now it's going to be Jasdeep Kohli on strike. Both the batsmen having a word with each other in terms of the running between the wickets. The last thing you want is a run out. That's the worst way to get out. Jasdeep Kohli on strike. Viral Gala the bowler. Here we go. Slammed that through mid-wicket. One bounce for 4. Superb shot from Jasdeep Kohli. He has just come into bat. Has announced his arrival at the crease. Let's take a look at this shot once again. Outside the line of the off stump was the ball. He dragged it from there and played it in the vacant mid-wicket region for 4. Well done, Jasdeep Kohli. That boundary brings up the 50 for the super strikers. 52 for 2 in 7.4 overs. Played away into the offside for a single by Jasdeep Kohli. Will bring Chintan Kilawala back on strike. Chintan Kilawala will be facing up to Viral Gala. It's the last ball of the 8th over. Luckily for the bowler, that was given or deemed as a legitimate delivery. Very close to the tram line, but the umpire went in favor of the bowler this time round. 8 overs have been bowled. 53 for 2 are the super strikers. Mitesh Zaveri, left arm spinner, introduced into the attack. Beaten off the first delivery was Jasdeep Kohli there. Ball leaving the right-hander after pitching. These are ominous signs for the super strikers because the ball is going to turn. Swept away into the gap. She's gone for 4. Very good shot from Jasdeep Kohli. Was slightly outside the line of the off stump, employing the sweep shot in the vacant square leg region. Manages to bisect the fieldsman in the deep. Take a look at that. That's not an easy shot to play off a left arm spinner, but he did it nonchalantly in the end. Good cricket from Jasdeep Kohli so far. Has raced on to 11 of just 6 balls. Once again employing the paddle sweep this time. Beach shot fine leg. The ball is coming towards the rope, so the fieldsman will get to it and keep it down to a couple of runs. Jasdeep Kohli getting 6 runs of the last 2 balls in the form of a boundary and a couple of runs. He's got 13 runs of just 7 balls so far. Leading edge that time. Luckily for Jasdeep Kohli, it fell in no man's land, just short of the fieldsman standing at a cover. A run stolen nevertheless. Now Chintan Kilawala on strike. 18 of 20 for Chintan. Couple of balls to go now in the 9th over. Played away into the offside to extra cover for a single. .5 overs have been bowled here. 61 for 2 are the super strikers. Pushed away into the offside for a single by Jasdeep Kohli. Ends the 9th over. 62 for 2 are the super strikers. What happened there? Was the ball well outside the line of the off stump? Did Jasdeep Kohli get anything on it? Wasn't a wide signalled. That means it came off the batsman. Goes over the top, does Jasdeep Kohli here. There is long off in position. Will pick up a couple of runs here. This is very good running from the duo. Both Chintan Kilawala and Jasdeep Kohli running hard between the wickets. Worked away by Jasdeep Kohli into the onside. Running the first one hard. They're coming back for the second. I like the intent with which they are running between the wickets. Converting the ones into twos so far. There was an opportunity to go back for the third here, but they decided against it. Remember, these are T20 games. You need to be fresh to play the big shots. Can't afford to tire yourself too much by constantly running quick between the wickets. Jasdeep Kohli on strike. Played away down towards wide long on for a single. Will bring Chintan Kilawala on strike. 9.4 overs have been bowled here. 67 for 2. Couple of balls before the drinks break. Cut away by Chintan Kilawala. All the way for 4. Beat backward point. And the ball raced into the fence. He got hold of that ball comfortably in the end. Take a look at this. Superb timing. Wonderful placement. Once it beat the man at backward point, there was no looking back. The ball was heading only towards the boundary ropes. There is third man in place, but he's a lot finer than the usual. Driven away hard between extra cover and cover for 4 consecutive boundaries here coming from the bat of Chintan Kilawala. He's enjoying himself out there. Let's take a look at the shot once again. No half measures whatsoever. The weight was on the back foot. Hence the ball went in the air. Found the gap luckily. And the ball speeded into the ropes for 4. 10 overs have been bowled here. 75 for 2 other super strikers. We'll take a short drinks break and bring you live action in 4 minutes from now. So often we've seen the drinks break acting against the batsman. Lapse in concentration for Jasdeep Kohli. Very well bowled. Poorly played there by Anjan Mehta. Was sitting on the back foot whilst he should have been forward. Anjan Mehta, the left-hander on strike, facing up to a left-arm spinner. This is adjacent. He's given him. Well. A couple of wickets going back-to-back for the super strikers. Mitesh Zaveri picks up his second in the very same over. Playing across the line. It was a straight delivery. Just missed the straight one, did Anjan Mehta. And he was found plumb in front. So super strikers lose their fourth wicket at the score of 77. And the super strikers in trouble at the moment. Well done to the MRV Risers after having won the toss and electing to field first. 10.4 overs have been bowled here. 77 for 4 are the super strikers. Bowled him! What a delivery first up! Mayur Gala just went in to bat. Ball pitching on middle end leg and turning and taking the off stick thereafter. Was a dream delivery by Mitesh Zaveri. They're falling like 9 cards at the moment. Are the super strikers. No feet whatsoever. Bamboozled in the air off the deck. And the off pole being disturbed. Super bowling by Mitesh Zaveri has turned the match on its head. 3 wickets in the space of 4 deliveries. He's on a hat-trick for the last delivery of the 11th over. 77 for 5 now. They were 77 for 2. And now 5 wickets down for the super strikers. It's going to be interesting to see how the lower order fares hereafter. Because the middle order is done and dusted with Ganadhiraj batting at number 7. Chintan Kilawala, watching proceedings from the non-striking end, would be extremely disappointed as to how the over has gone in for them so far. On a hat-trick is Mitesh Zaveri here. Managed to keep it out. Did Ganadhiraj Gogate. 11 overs have been bowled here. 77 for 5 are the super strikers. 3 wickets coming in this particular over. Change in the bowling department. Tejas Gada has come in to bowl the 12th over. Looks like another left arm spinner. Chintan Kilawala finally on strike. 27 of 23 balls for Chintan so far. Tossed up. Looking for the full-blooded sweep shot. Unable to get back to ball there. It might be leg by signal by the umpire. Yes, there we go. .78 for 5 now. MRV Risers would be glad to see the way proceedings have gone on in the last 2 overs for them. Ganadhiraj Gogate, the man on strike now. They need a partnership, do the Super Strikers from here. Played away straight to cover, no run there. The way Mitesh Zaveri bowled, it's taken away all the pressure from the fielding side. Goes down the ground as Ganadhiraj Gogate. Long on in position. He will field the ball and keep the batsman down to only a single. Was a good looking shot for 1 run. Tejas Gada. Man with the ball in hand. Chintan Kilawala on strike. Flicked away down towards deep mid wicket for a single by Chintan Kilawala. 80 runs have been reached here, but for the loss of 5 wickets. The wickets have been very costly for the Super Strikers. Now Ganadhiraj Gogate on strike. Steps out, goes downtown towards long on. Long on will take it after 3 bounces and keep it down to a single only. Now Chintan Kilawala on strike. Swept away. In the gap, she's gone for 4. Very good shot from Chintan Kilawala. He is in the zone. 12 overs have been bowled here. 85 for 5 are the Super Strikers. In between, let's take a look at this ball once again. Pitching outside the line of the leg stump. Chintan opting for the sweep shot, rightly so. Was a ball ideally suited for the sweep and he did not disappoint. 85 for 5 after 12 are the Super Strikers. Off the back foot, played away down towards fine leg. Deep square leg will come across and keep it down to only a single. Now Chintan Kilawala on strike. Glided away to shot third man for no run. Sliced away there into the gap. Behind square, wanting to come back for the second. Chintan Kilawala was sent back by Ganadhiraj Gogate. Mitesh Zaveri. What an over he had, the last over that he bowled. 3 wickets he picked and gave away only 2 runs in that over. Was on a hat-trick as well for once. Once again, a very good delivery. Getting a lot of respect at the moment is Mitesh Zaveri, rightly so. Worked away on the onside for a single. Mitesh Zaveri has phenomenal figures at the moment. A ball to come in his third over. 3 wickets for 14 runs only. Off the back foot into the offside. No run taken. 13 overs have been bowled here. 88 for 5 are the super strikers. 14 overs have been done and dusted here. 95 for 5 are the super strikers. I believe this will be a power play over now. Mitesh Zaveri bowling out in his last over. Worked away to backward point. Steal a single does Chintan Kilawala and Ganadiraj Gogate here. A bit of a partnership developing between these two. 19 of 21 balls. They needed that after what happened in the 11th over, where they lost 3 wickets back to back of the same bowler who's bowling now, Mitesh Zaveri. Looking to cut that one, was way too full to be cutting. Much better off the front foot, looking to drive that ball, practicing off the back foot, punching it. That would have been a better option. Chintan Kilawala, the lone man, standing 35 of 32. Down the ground for a single to mid-on. They need to take advantage of the power play over here. They need to build some momentum going into the death overs. Let's see how this power play unfolds for these two gentlemen in the middle. Defended off the back foot. No run taken. A ball to come now in the 15th. .5 overs have been bowled here. 97 thrashed away down the ground towards long off for a single. 15 overs have been bowled here. 98 for 5 are the super strikers. Now Viral Gala, the man with the ball in hand. This is the last over of the power play. It's going to be very important for these two batsmen in the middle to take advantage in this over. Only 2 fieldsmen allowed outside the 30-yard circle. 98 for 5. 5 overs to go. They would be eyeing a score of 145, 150 if they can get there. That'll be a good enough total considering the number of wickets that have fallen down so far. Chintan Kilawala has to be the main man standing out there for his side to reach a respectable total. They cannot afford to lose any more wickets at this moment. Small partnership being built up between Chintan Kilawala and Ganadiraj Gogate at the moment. Ganadiraj on strike. Down the leg side will be signalled a wide there by the umpire, rightly so. Scoreboard moves on to 99 now. The job for Ganadhiraj Gogate will be to go over the top of the infield. If he can't do that, at least pick up a single. They don't want dots. Played away into the offside for a single. Chintan Kilawala, the man who's set on strike. Let's see how he approaches this particular over. It's going to be very important from a batting perspective that he stays out there till the 18th, 19th over, or if he can be there till the 20th over, nothing like it. 100 comes up for the Super Strikers with that single. 100 for 5 after 15.1 overs. Chintan Kilawala on strike. Here we go. Goes flashing through the offside. But there is a man in the deep there. He'll keep it down to only a single. Ganadhiraj Gogate. He can't allow or let only Chintan be doing the boundary hitting. He needs to join the party as well. Goes over the top. Has connected really well. The ball's gone over long on's head for 6. That's exactly what they needed, did the Super Strikers. And exactly what we were speaking about. Ganadhiraj Gogate joining in the party with Chintan Kilawala. That's exactly that was needed. Superbly done. Long on was a mere spectator at the end of it all. Had just enough power. Timing was superb. And he parked it for 6. Half a dozen runs added to the total, and then a boundary to follow that 6. Once again was superbly timed through the offside. The placement was sublime. This is very good batting by Ganadhiraj Gogate. Soaking in the pressure initially. After those 3 wickets falling in one of the overs, the 11th over rather. Nelson's on the board now. Once he beat extra cover, there was no looking back. The man swinging had no chance whatsoever. And Ganadhiraj Gogate getting 10 runs of the last 2 balls. Couple of balls to go. His team would want him to strike a few more in this over. Nelson for 5 on the board. Super Strikers. Ganadhiraj Gogate finding his way in the middle. Viral Gala under some pressure here. Will be signalled a wide there by the umpire, well besides the tram line. Was looking to go over extra cover there, Ganadhiraj Gogate. Missed the ball altogether. That's because it was a very wide ball. A good take by the wicketkeeper, mind you. Glided away between short third man and backward point, and the ball will win the race. Very good shot from Ganadhiraj Gogate. He's singing his own song here at the Air India Cricket Ground in Santa Cruz, KALINA, Mumbai. Let's take a look at this. Finesse at its best. Using the pace of the bowler. Finding the gap. Threading the needle really. And the ball went into the ropes for 4. Superb batting from Ganadhiraj Gogate in the last 3 deliveries. A 6 and a couple of boundaries. Couple of wides in this over as well. 18 runs coming off it so far. So very successful power play at the moment. Down the leg side, wide will be signalled there. They'll get extra runs as well to go along with that. A 20-run over, that's what they needed with the Super Strikers, and they've gotten that thanks to Ganadhiraj Gogate. Last ball of the over coming up. Chintan Kilawala on strike. These are very good signs for the Super Strikers. All they need is for this partnership to keep going. Viral Gala to Chintan Kilawala. Driven away towards extra cover. They will pick up a single here. 16 overs have been bowled. 119 for 5 are the super strikers. Kunal Bhuva, the man to be bowling now to Chintan Keelawala. Power play done and dusted with. 4 overs left in this particular innings. They're looking good for 160, 165. If this pair stays, it could be even 170. Looking to go hard through the offside. Unable to put bat to ball. Waiting for the umpire signal on this one. Fieldsman has done well to stop the ball from going into the boundary. Still waiting for the umpire's signal. Neither was byes. Neither was wides. That means he got an outside edge. The Chintan Keelawala there. Because the 2 runs go in his account. Tossed up. Flayed away through the offside. Into the boundary, she'll go for 4. This is very good batting now from Chintan Keelawala. Taking the pressure off Ganadiraj Gogate, who was striking the boundaries crisply in the last over. Now it's the turn of Chintan Keelawala to show his class. Stepping down the wicket to an off-spinner over extra cover is never an easy shot. But he played that nonchalantly in the end. Once he beat the fieldsman in the 30-yard circle, the boundary was headed only in one direction, and that was to the boundary. Kunal Bhuva under some pressure straight away. Goes big through the onside this time. One bounce into the ropes. Long on was relatively straight. Hit this between long on and deep mid wicket and found the fence once again. Consecutive boundaries here for Chintan Keelawala. And the super strikers have quickly moved on to 129. Tossed up outside the line of the off stump. He dragged it from there and found the fence. One bounce it went into the ropes. Was perilously close to being a 6. Cutaway of the back foot, straight to short third man. A run taken there by Ganadiraj Gogate, and Chintan Keelawala moves on to a half century of 49. What is it? Okay, batting on 49 is Chintan Keelawala of just 39 balls. But now it's Ganadiraj Gogate to face up to Kunal Bhuva. Steps out, goes over the top, down towards long off, all the way for 6. Long off was a mere spectator at the end of it all. What a shot from Ganadiraj Gogate. Tall man, big man, long levers, taking advantage of that. Stepping down to the off spinner, making room for himself. and launches that ball over long off for 6. Half a dozen runs added to the total for the Super Strikers. Scoreboard moves on to 136. This is quality batting from Ganadhiraj Gogate. Moves on to 32 of just 20 balls. Yes, they lost 3 wickets in 1 over, but this partnership has bailed them out of trouble. Now it's about reaching a respectable total. Don't forget, this is the quarterfinals in the gold segment. The team that loses goes home. Steps out, goes down the ground, long off. Will watch it sail over his head. Once again, consecutive sixes coming from the bat of Ganadhiraj Gogate. Was perilously close to the fingers of the man standing at long off. Stepping down the track once again. Going over the top. And luckily for him, he had the power to clear the ropes. Long off was interested for a while, but had enough power to cross the ropes. 17 overs have been bowled here. 142 for 5 are the Super Strikers. Swinging across the line. The umpire reckons that was going down the leg side probably. According to me, he just missed a straight ball. Did Chintan Kilawala there. Batting on 49 or 40 balls here, Chintan Kilawala. Gets to his 50 in style. Sweeping that ball for 4 in the vacant square leg region. 53 of 41 for Chintan Kilawala. Take a bow. What a knock. His team needed him to stay out there and bat the way he has done so. And they have done that successfully in the end of Chintan Kilawala and Ganadhiraj Gogate. Very strong partnership between these two gentlemen. What batting by the Super Strikers. Who would have expected after 5 wickets down, Ganadhiraj Gogate firing on all cylinders. Chintan Kilawala coming into his own. Top edge. This might be a wicket here. Yes, it is. Extra cover catches it. And in the quest to up the ante, Chintan Kilawala has to depart. What a shame at the end of it all. But he won't complain, will Chintan Kilawala, because he played a wonderful knock for his side. But they'll have to regroup again with the Super Strikers as Chintan Kilawala makes his walk back to the pavilion. 146 for 6 are the Super Strikers after 17.3 overs. Keyur Gandhi now has come in to replace Chintan Kilawala down the leg side. Will be signalled a wide by the umpire there. Ganadhiraj Gogate wanted the single, was sent back by Keyur Gandhi. Tejas Gada to Keyur Gandhi. Played away off the back foot into the offside. No run taken there. Very well bowled there by Tejas Gada. Keyur Gandhi needs to give the strike back to, Ganadhiraj Gogate. Well bowled, well played. Very good over by Tejas Gada. Only 5 runs coming off it. 18 overs have been bowled here. 147 for 6 are the super strikers. Pramod Chandan, the man with the ball, introduced into the attack to bowl the penultimate over. Looking to cut that one. Ganadhiraj. Ganadhiraj Gogate. Yes. Looking to cut that one. Unable to get bat to ball there. So far, so good for Ganadhiraj Gogate. Looking to pull that one. Unable to get bat to ball there. Was well wide outside the line of the off stump. Would have been better served cutting that. Ganadhiraj Gogate. Once a wicket falls, suddenly things just turn around in favor of the fielding side. Ganadhiraj Gogate was looking so fluent all throughout. Suddenly he's been beaten on one ball, beaten on the other ball as well. Probably an inside edge. That were a run given rather than a bye. I thought there were byes in there. Not to be the case though. According to the umpire, that is. Cut away. Beautifully cut. But he found the fieldsman. This could be tight. Direct hit. We'll see Keyur Gandhi going packing. It was always the non-striker's call. Ganadhiraj Gogate called him through for the single. Keyur Gandhi was never interested in the single because it went straight to the man. A bit of a fumble. Couple of fumbles. And then had to run quickly. Did Keyur Gandhi, and what's worse for him that it was a direct hit. So the 7th wicket going down here for the super strikers. At the score of 148. But the only good news is that Ganadhiraj Gogate will be on strike. Mithal Joshi on, in fact, Ganadhiraj Gogate, I beg your pardon, on strike, off the back foot into the onside. Wanted to come back for the second, did Mithal Joshi, but Ganadhiraj Gogate wasn't interested. Ganadhiraj Gogate, 40 of just 24 balls. He needs the strike back. Mithal Joshi would do well to bring Ganadhiraj Gogate on strike. The more strike that Ganadhiraj takes, the more number of runs there will be on the board for the super strikers. Was an opportunity, I believe. Pramod Chandan getting down to take the catch but unable to keep it in his palms, which means that they pick up a single, and that's exactly what they want to see. To the super strikers, they want to see Ganadhiraj Gogate on strike. 150 comes up with that single. 150 is a respectable total, but they would want to get to 160, 165. For that, Ganadhiraj Gogate has to go all guns blazing here. He needs to get hold of it. Pramod Chandan is a very good cricketer. Utility cricketer, can bat really well, bowls really well, fields really well, has picked up a catch as well in the innings so far. Worked away. Asking the question, Pramod Chandan, waiting to see the umpire signal on this one. Leg by signaled. Came inside the line of the ball to access the onside, but could not quite get bat to ball. Ganadhiraj Gogate. 19 overs have been bowled here. 151 for 7 are the super strikers. So it's going to be Tejas Gada to bowl the final over of the innings. Tejas in his 2 overs has given away only 12 runs and has picked up a wicket. Steps out, goes over the top of long on here, and the ball has sailed into the boundary for 6. Long on was a mere spectator. What a shot from Ganadhiraj Gogate against the turn. Not an easy shot to play. Take a look at this once again. Stepping out. Hitting it over the top of Long on's head. High ball, sky ball, flying ball. All the way for 6. Half a dozen runs added here. Once again goes down towards Long on. Once again the ball will sail over the boundary for 6. The 50 comes out for Ganadhiraj Gogate. 52 he's made already. Let's take a look at this shot once again. First 2 balls being parked for 6 by Tejas Gada. Superb batting from Ganadhiraj Gogate. He's going all guns blazing. That's what they need at the moment to the super strikers. 160 has been reached here. 163 for 7 to be precise. Super strikers. Steps out, goes down the ground towards long on, running the first one hard. Wanting to come back for the second, Mithal Joshi, but sent back by Ganadhiraj Gogate. He was doing the right thing, Mithal Joshi, wanting to come back for the second, but Ganadhiraj wasn't interested. What will Mithal Joshi do out here? Goes down the ground for a single, I believe. Ganadhiraj Gogate needs to keep strike here. 2 balls to go in the innings. 165 for 7. I spoke about 170, 165, 170 that has been reached. Can he bang another 6 here? Ganadhiraj Gogate facing up to Tejas Gada. Steps out, goes over long off this time. More towards extra cover. The result the same. 6 runs added to the total of the Super Strikers and they cross 170. 170 is up on the board. 171 for 7. Stepping out, making room for himself. The ball was wide outside the line of the off stump. Long off was really straight. So he accessed the extra cover region which was vacant. And once the ball went over the ropes, it did not really matter where the fielders were. 1 ball to go in the over, in the innings. Ganadhiraj Gogate on strike. Steps out, does not time this one. Mithal Joshi wants to come back for the second. Ganadhiraj Gogate sends him back. Not too sure whether that's the right approach. He should be coming back for the second. A run out to end proceedings, I believe. 20 overs have been bowled here. 172 on the board for 7. A respectable total for the Super Strikers at the end of it all. Very good batting by Ganadhiraj Gogate. He ends up 59 of 28 balls. Fell short of the crease there, did Mithal Joshi. We'll get you the match summary, the innings summary rather. Here we go. MRV Risers won the toss, elected to field first. Super Strikers were put into bat. Ganadhiraj Gogate finishes 60 not out of 29 balls. Strike rate of well over 200. Chintan Kilawala made a half century as well. 53 made of 42 balls. Tarun Jain played well for his 23 of 22 and Jasdeep Kohli was looking good for his 22 of 15. Sailesh Sanka picked up a wicket in his 4 overs and gave away only 17 runs. Viral Gala was extremely expensive in his 4 overs, gave away 46 runs and picked up a wicket. Kunal Bhuwa in his 2 overs gave away 30 runs and did not pick up a wicket. So when the MRV Risers come into bat, they'll need 173 as the target in their allotted 20 overs. Very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the chase of this particular match going on between the Super Strikers and the MRV Risers. The Super Strikers managing a mammoth 172. Now it's the turn of the MRV Risers to give them back a taste of their own medicine. Mithal Joshi bowling to Abhijit Bagade. Mithal Joshi to Abhijit Bagade. Steps down the track. Coming off the pads straight to the wicket keeper. Run out opportunity goes a begging. I beg you, I would like to believe, because that was perilously close to the stumps. Wicket keeper on his knees, haunches rather. 1 over has been bowled here. 5 for no loss are the MRV Risers. So the man who starred with the bat now has the ball in hand. Ganadiraj Gogate. 5 runs of the first over. Tossed up. Goes down the ground. Does Ravindra Soni this time. There is deep mid wicket in position. He'll keep it down to a single. Brings Abhijit Bagade back on strike. Looking to cut that hard. Was fuller in length for that shot. Yes, there was some room on offer. But the bounce can be uneven out here at this particular ground. Off spinner Ganadiraj bowling in the power play. Down the ground. Straight to the man at long on. Well, well, well. Abhijit Bagade wanted to clear long on, but he eventually found long on. 2 men in the deep were at long on and deep mid wicket. And he played it straight to long on. It went flat, did not have the elevation, lacked the power to go over the fence. And the MRV Risers lose their first in the form of Abhijit Bagade walking back to the sheds at the score of 6 for 1 in 1.3 overs. Here goes Ganadhiraj. Viral Gala, the new man in. Sent back by Ravindra Soni. Couple of balls to come now in the second over. Ganadhiraj Gogate. Man with the ball in hand. Viral Gala. Man with the bat in hand. Straight back to the bowler. No run taken there. Tossed up. Driven away. Extra cover doing the fielding. The second over has been bowled here. 7 for 1 are the MRV Risers. Mithal Joshi continuing. Will be bowling to Ravindra Soni. Well bowled in the good length region. Hitting the deck hard. Mithal Joshi. (164 to get of 106 balls). Comes across as a daunting total at the moment. They've lost their opener Abhijit Bagade. Outside the line of the off stump, missed the ball there. Did Ravindra Soni. Wanted to go over the top of the infield on the offside. Then practicing the leave after that. To be fair, the shot was on. Just could not execute it in the best possible way. 3 balls to come in the second over. Played away off the back foot into the offside for a single. Between cover point and cover. This is the Bayside Sports Cool Dads Cricket Championship. We're coming to you live from the Air India Cricket Ground here in Santa Cruz, KALINA, Mumbai. Mithal Joshi to Viral Gala now. Worked away down towards mid-on. Will pick up a single here. Will Viral Gala and bring Ravindra Soni back on strike. 163 runs required in 104 balls. A ball to come in the third over. Current run rate just not good enough. We're in the power play overs. This time worked away down towards fine leg. Much needed boundary for the MRV Risers, and Ravindra Soni was itching to get some runs under his belt. Out there was Ravindra Soni, finally managing to get back to ball. 3 overs have been bowled here. 14 for 1 are the MRV Risers. Let's take a look at this once again. Flicked it away. Got the inner half of the bat. The placement was sublime. Superb shot from Ravindra Soni. Not sure whether he wanted to work it that fine. But that was it. Once fine leg was in the 30-yard circle and it beat him, it was headed to only the boundary. Now Ganadiraj Gogate. Man with the ball in hand. Well bowled. Very well bowled there by Ganadiraj Gogate. In the good length area. Not allowing Viral Gala any room. Viral Gala has just come out to bat. He can afford to take a few balls before he can launch, but he decides to go over the top. Long on is in place and he takes it. Jasdeep Kohli taking a smart catch down at long on. And Viral Gala has to depart. Yes, the power play overs put some pressure onto you to clear boundaries and to hit boundaries. There were just 2 men outside the 30-yard circle since this is the power play over going on. One at long on, one at deep mid wicket, and he found long on. Would have been better served going over the top of the bowler's head or over long off if that was possible for him. 3.2 overs have been bowled. 14 for 2 are the MRV Risers. Squeezed away there by Puneet Mehra, using the pace of the ball from Ganadiraj Gogate. Playing that literally off the gloves of the wicketkeeper. Was a phenomenal shot to say the least. Finesse at its best. Let's take a look at this once again. First slip would have gobbled it. But just the manner in which he used the pace was very good to watch. Puneet Mehra picks up his first boundary and gets off the mark in style. Played away on the onside this time for a single. So Puneet Mehra giving strike back to Ravindra Soni. 19 for 2. The scoreboard is a sorry looking scoreboard for the MRV Risers at the moment. This is the last thing they wanted to see, that they're losing wickets. They need big runs here. 153 runs required in 98 balls. That is a lot of runs. They need to build partnerships here. This one is going to be extremely crucial in the context of the game. Ravindra Soni, the man with the bat in hand. 11 of 8 for him so far. Ganadi Gokate has picked up both the wickets to fall. Don't forget, he's the same man that remained not out on 60 of just 29 balls. He's done it for them with the bat. Now he's doing it for them with the ball. 4 overs have been completed here. 21 for 2 are the MRV Risers. Puneet Mehra on strike. Driven away into the offside. Running the first one and will stick with a single. Will Puneet Mehra. Now Ravindra Soni on strike. Priyul Savani, the bowler. Cut away. Beautifully done there by Ravindra Soni for 4. Once he beat backward point. There was no looking back. Superbly struck. Was a fierce cut off the back foot. Let's take a look at this once again. Short ball. Made room for himself. There was a bit of room on offer since that ball was outside the line of the off stump. Made full use of it, did Ravindra Soni. And a splendid shot. He will not forget this shot for a long time. This time goes over the top. Off long off for 6. Wonderfully struck by Ravindra Soni. At once I thought that was going straight down the throat of long off, but no. The timing on that was stupendous. Superbly struck. Take a look at this once again. Coming into the right-hander. He goes over the top, does Ravindra Soni. And he clears long off comfortably in the end. Pure timing. Scoreboard moves on to 32. Ravindra Soni looking good for 23 of just 11 balls. This is quality batting by Ravindra Soni. Taking the attack to the opposition. Super strikers. They know that he's the danger man in out there. Opened the batting for the MRV Risers. They believe in him. They trust him to get the runs. He's done that well so far, but he needs to carry on. His team needs his services out there in the middle, right throughout the innings, if that's going to be possible. Slower one. This could be tight. Extra cover. Close to it, but could not catch it. Was a valiant attempt all the way long. Poor shot from Ravindra Soni. Was beaten in the flight. Did not expect Priyul Savani to bowl a slower one. Now Puneet Mehra on strike. Driven away down towards long off for a single. The field restrictions have been lifted since the first four overs are the power play overs, and the next batting power play can be taken between the 11th and the 16th. If a fielding team, or rather the batting team, if they fail to take it by the 15th and the 16th become power play overs. Played away into the gap on the offside. Sweet timing. Just a single though. Was in the air for some time, but found the gap. 5 overs have been bowled here. 35 for 2 are the MRV risers. Anjan Mehta, the man who's come into the attack, bowling to Ravindra Soni. Off the back foot, straight back to the bowler. Looking to work that one, unable to put bat to ball there, Ravindra Soni. Thank you so much, Saurabh. Goes over the top, does Ravindra Soni. He's timed that one beautifully over extra for 6. One of the toughest shots in the game of cricket. Did that nonchalantly in the end. Let's take a look at this shot once again. Tossed up outside the line of the off stump. Not much of a follow through. But that's the way he bats. Does Ravindra Soni. Clearing the boundary with ease. Once again, he's done that first over long off. Now over extra cover. He's looking solid in the middle. Well bowled, Anjan Mehta. Good comeback. In the good length region. Coming back into the right-hander. Worked away on the onside this time. This could be tight. In fact, he's gone, I believe. The man who could have done it for them, Ravindra Soni, has to walk back. Puneet Mehra sent him back. Not quite sure whether that was the right thing to do. This is the last thing that the MRV Risers needed. He was going all guns blazing, was Ravindra Soni. He could have taken them to victory, but he has to depart on a misfield. What a on a run out rather. What a shame, really. Sorry state of affairs for Ravindra Soni. His team would be dejected after having seen what has transpired here. The third wicket down for the MRV Risers at the score of 41 in 5.4 overs. And struggling in the middle at the moment are the MRV Risers. New batsman and Bhavin Shah will get the single after that misfield. Super strikers are in a great position now. 6 overs have been bowled. 42 for 3 are the MRV Risers. Jasdeep Singh Kohli has come into the attack here. Leg spinner. This is going to be an extremely intriguing contest. Jasdeep. Flayed away through the offside. Will pick up a single to the man in the deep. Now Puneet Mehra on strike. Glided to shot third man. This could be tight. He's gone. This is terrible cricket from the MRB Risers. Puneet Mehra being involved in a couple of runouts. First Ravindra Soni. Now Bhavin Shah, I believe. I think it's Puneet Mehra himself who has been run out here. Jasdeep Singh Kohli doing well to take it and take the stumps off. Poor cricket, one will say, from the MRV Risers. Puneet Mehra gone. 44 for 4 after 6.2 overs are the MRV Risers. Jasdeep Singh Kohli. Swung away by Bhavin Shah there. One bounce into the rope she goes. The fieldsman out there misjudged the ball. It was a catch. That goes a begging. Came in a lot more. Misjudged it completely to the fieldsman at deep mid wicket. Tossed it up to Jasdeep Singh Kohli. No half measures from Bhavin Shah. And the ball went one bounce into the ropes for 4. They need some luck going their way to the MRV Risers. Here is a slice of luck that has gone in their favour. This time goes through the offside and beats the man in the deep. Since it was struck so fiercely by Bhavin Shah, the fieldsman in the deep did get to it but could not keep the ball in play. He dived over the ball but still could not stop it. Let's take a look at this once again. Shot, asking to be hit, and Bhavin Shah slammed that through the offside. Dive goes in vain as the ball meets the ropes. Consecutive boundaries here for Bhavin Shah. This time played away into the offside for a single by Bhavin Shah. Good cricket after having hit a couple of boundaries, taking the single. 80 balls, 120 runs, very gettable, but they need a partnership here. Shailesh Sankav will be on strike for the first time. Jasdeep Singh Kohli to Shailesh Sankav now. Tossed up, full toss. Played away on the onside for a single down to deep mid wicket. Now Bhavin Shah will not be on strike. It will be Shailesh Sankav on strike for the next over. 7 overs have been bowled. 54 for 4 are the MRV Risers. Now Shailesh Sankav on strike. Right up there in the block hole, yocking himself by stepping down the track there. Anjan Mehta continuing from the pavilion end. Tossed up again. Straight back to him. Puts his right hand out, but it does not stick in his palms. That would have been the 5th wicket down. So an opportunity goes a begging. And Sailesh Sankav lives to fight another day. This time off the back foot. Beaten was the wicketkeeper there. Will be wide. Signal if I'm not wrong. Waiting for the umpire signal on that. Wide and a run as well. To go along with that, they need these runs to the MRV Risers. Super strikers in the driver's seat at the moment, having picked up 4 wickets. Outside the line of the off stump, looking to go big through the offside, missing the ball altogether. Bhavin Shah. Tossed up. Goes over the top of the offside. Straight to the man in the deep. What a catch by the fieldsman at deep extra cover. Wasn't a bad shot. Just found the fieldsman. Great field placings by the super strikers. They kept a man at extra cover for the same shot. This would have been a boundary in the normal field setups. Not to be the case on this occasion. And the MRV Risers lose their 5th wicket in the form of Bhavin Shah, who has to walk back to the sheds. 7.3 overs have been bowled. 56 for 4 are the MRV Risers. It will be Pramod Chandan on strike, facing up to Anjan Mehta. 56 for 5. In deep trouble are the MRV Risers. This is probably the last recognized pair. After this, we're down to the bowlers. Well bowled, well played. No run there for the taking. A ball to come now in the 8th over. Very well bowled there by Anjan Mehta. 8 overs have been bowled here. 56 for 5 are the MRV Risers. Kaustubh Sawant, the man with the ball in hand. Down the leg side will be signaled as a wide. That would have been a good delivery if that was straight. Looks like somebody who bowls with a lot of energy. He hit the deck hard there. That is good signs for the super strikers. Superbly bowled. That's what I expected. If he bowls in the channel, he could be lethal. Super strikers can afford to keep a slip in place. An outside edge might be the case shortly. Looks like an impressive medium pacer, Kaustubh Sawant. Shailesh Sankav on strike. Played away down towards third man for a single by Shailesh Sankav. Will bring the tall unit. Pramod Chandan on strike. They need to build a solid partnership here, do the MRV Risers. Super strikers did well with the bat in hand. Posted a mammoth 172 on the board. Played away off the back foot, straight back to the bowler. No run taken. "69 balls, 113 runs required." A lot of work to be done for the MRV Risers. This is the Bayside Sports Cool Dads Cricket Championship Season 10. We're coming to you live from the Air India Cricket Ground here in Santa Cruz, Kalina, Mumbai. Well bowled, Kaustubh. Very well bowled, Kaustubh Sawant. Looking to bowl a bouncer there to Pramod Chandan, who's very tall. Pramod was in a lot of discomfort playing that ball. Managed to keep it out. Managed to take it away from his body. How seldom we have seen bouncers being bowled in this tournament. Standing outside his crease now to negate Kaustubh Sawant. In the good length region. Played away into the offside for a single by Pramod Chandan. Now Shailesh Sankav back on strike. 60 for 5 are the MRV Risers. Could this partnership turn things around for them? Both have faced 5 deliveries for 2 runs. Shailesh Sankav and Pramod Chandan, that is. Kaustubh Sawant to Shailesh Sankav. Inside edge. Lucky that did not go onto the stumps. Wicketkeeper does the fielding. 9 overs have been bowled. 59 for 5 are the MRV Risers. Anjan Mehta. Pramod Chandan on strike. Goes down the ground towards long on. And the ball will go into the ropes for 4. Very good shot from Pramod Chandan there. Was there long on or mid on? Not too sure about that. But can we see the replay on this? Yeah, we're getting the replay here. He struck that fiercely. More towards wide long on. And deep mid wicket. And found the fence. Very good shot from Pramod Chandan. Will pick up a run here towards deep mid wicket. Will Pramod Chandan. And bring Shailesh Sankav back on strike. Shailesh Sankav reminds me of Kedar Jadhav in his stance a bit. down the ground towards Longonia for a single. Now Pramod Chandan on strike. Run a ball 7 to his name. Anjan Mehta, man with the ball in hand. Played away into the onside for a single by Pramod Chandan. Goes straight to extra cover. A run taken there by Sailesh Sankav. Last ball of the 10th over. We'll have a short drinks break after this ball. Worked away on the onside by Pramod Chandan for a single. So 10 overs have been bowled here. 68 for 5 are the MRV risers. Whilst the players take drinks, we'll take a short drinks break and bring you live action in 4 minutes from now. Kaustubh Sawant to promote Chandan. Played away for a single there. $70 for 5 are the MRV Risers. 3 balls to go in the 11th. Kaustubh Sawant. Man with the ball in hand. Sailesh Sankav. The man with the bat in hand. Flicked away. Behind square on the leg side. Square leg was in the 30-yard circle. The ball will find the ropes. Very well done there by Sailesh Sankav. Superb timing. Wonderful placement. Let's take a look at the shot once again. Was on the leg stump, asking to be hit. Flicked it away, and once he beat square leg in the 30-yard circle, the boundary was going into the ropes for 4. Very well bowled there. Coming through for a quick single. Will make it in the end with Sailesh Sankav. Now Pramod Chandan on strike. Kaustubh Sawant with the ball in hand. Worked away on the onside towards square leg for a single. Pramod Chandan had to put his skates on since the throw was coming at the non-striking end. 11 overs have been bowled here. 76 for 5 are the MRV Risers. Mithal Joshi, the man with the ball in hand. Power play has been taken here by the MRV Risers. Rightly so, I believe. They need to inject some momentum into proceedings here. Mithal Joshi to Pramod Chandan. Worked away on the onside towards square leg. No run there taken. Pramod Chandan, the man on strike. 2 overs of power play here to be had. Down the leg side will be signaled as a wide there by the umpire. Slower delivery outside the line of the off stump. Beaten there was Pramod Chandan. Mithal Joshi doing well to beat the bat of Pramod Chandan here. Pramod batting on 11 of 15. He needs to get a move on here, Pramod Chandan. They've taken the power play for boundaries and sixes. 3 balls, 3 dot balls in the over. Yes, there was a wide, but just not good enough. This is a power play over. You need to maximize it, Pramod Chandan. You got to do better than this. Struggling at the moment is Pramod Chandan. Mithal Joshi to Pramod Chandan. Straight back to the bowler. It's just not working for Pramod Chandan here. He's faced 4 balls in this over and all balls have been dot balls. He knows that he has to go big. He knows that it has to come now. It's now or never for the MRV Risers. What an over by Mithal Joshi so far. Has kept Pramod Chandan quiet. Short ball looking to hit that hard through the offside. Misses the ball altogether. Smile on the face of Mithal Joshi because he can afford to smile here. 5 dot balls to Pramod Chandan. Shailesh Sankav comes up to have a word with Pramod Chandan. Pramod Chandan smiling apparently. I'm not too sure how he can wear the smile on. Wicketkeeper hurt here. Might affect his wicket keeping as well. This ball can sting you if it's hit the wrong regions of your fingers. Off the back foot into the offside, straight to backward point. No run there to be had. What an over from Mithal Joshi. Take a bow, only a wide. That's a run coming in the over. 77 for 5 after 12 are the MRV Risers. Priyul Savani to Shailesh Sankav. Last over of the power play. What a maiden he bowled except for the wide. Did Mithal Joshi in the previous over. They've taken the power play with a reason here. The first ball here as well as a dot ball to Shailesh Sankav. 7 balls in the power play, all dot balls. Super strikers are doing a phenomenal job out there with the ball. This will be another wide signaled. The last over there was a wide. This over there is a wide. But the batsman is different now. Shailesh Sankav, what can he do with the bat in the power play? They need these two to make a play now. They can't afford to keep it too late. Beaten out to the line of the off stump, looking to cut that one extra bounce, defeating the batsman Shailesh Sankav on that occasion. The partnership 23 of 28. That's good that they put up 23 runs, but 28 balls, that's a little too much. That's because of the number of dot balls that have been strung in so far by the Super Strikers. Worked away on the onside for a single. Finally, some runs off the bat in the power play. But they need boundaries and sixes here. Singles and twos are not going to do it for them. It has to be a galore of boundaries in order for them to get to, or rather get close to the total that the Super Strikers put up. Priyul Savani with the ball in hand. Straight back to the bowler, Pramod Chandan. He's struggling in the middle at the moment. 11 of 20 balls. Now standing outside the crease, Pramod Chandan. Cut away. Finally gets proper bat to ball. There is a man in the deep. It goes straight to him. So single only for Pramod Chandan. This is a terrible power play for the MRV Risers. Only 4 runs coming off the power play and only 2 runs coming off the bat in those 4 runs. Last ball of the batting power play coming up here. Priyul Savani now to Sailesh Sankav. Can Sailesh park a 6 or a 4 here? Goes over the top of mid-off. That's exactly what they needed. Was pitched up, inviting the drive. Went superbly over mid-off rather. Did Sailesh Sankav, and a much needed boundary for the MRV Risers. Overall a poor power play though. Was a very good shot, pitched up. And he accepted the invitation, did Sailesh Sankav. MRV Risers 84 for 5 now after 13. Power play done and dusted with Ganadiraj Gogate to Pramod Chandan. Looking to go big through the onside, straight to mid-wicket. Pramod Chandan just not able to get a move on here. Badly struggling in the middle. Cracked away through the offside. Only for a single though. Now Sailesh Sankav, what can he do? His team needs him to perform. His team needs him to go big. His team needs him to strike the boundaries and sixes here. 40 balls, 87 runs. No mean feat. Run rate well over 12 runs per over. Every time you don't reach the required run rate, it will keep jumping up. Cut away between third man and point, but third man gets to it somehow. and keeps it down to only a single. Will bring Pramod Chandan on strike. Looking to cut that one hard, missing the ball altogether. Pramod Chandan, what are you doing in the middle? Come on, Pramod, says the MRV Risers. You can bat better than this. Short ball straight back towards the bowler. What's important for the Super Strikers was another dot ball. Pressure mounting and rising on the MRV Risers at the moment. Sailesh Sankav and Pramod Chandan in particular. Pramod Chandan needs to find a way to get a boundary or two under his belt and break the shackles. Tossed up, goes through the onside. All the way for 4. Deep square leg was more behind square. Found the gap between deep mid wicket and deep square leg did Pramod Chandan. That was a very good shot. Take a look at the shot once again. Used the turn to his advantage and parked it at the square leg boundary. 14 overs have been bowled here. 90 for 5 are the MRV Risers. Jasdeep Singh Kohli with the ball in hand. Sailesh Sankav on strike. Goes through the onside, does Sailesh Sankav. Should pick up a couple of runs here. Football being played out there at the boundary at the moment. But he stops the ball from going any further. And Sailesh Sankav finds himself a couple of runs. Was a very good shot because he dragged it from outside the line of the off stump against the turn and parked it between mid wicket and square leg. So it was a very difficult shot to play, mind you. 35 balls, 80 runs. Come on, Sailesh Sankav. You can do it for them. Jasdeep Singh Kohli with the ball in hand. Short ball goes down the ground towards long on. That's relatively straight for a single. Partnership now 38 or 40. Pramod Chandan 17 of 26. Can he make up for a slow start here? Definitely has the ability to do so. Goes big, does Pramod Chandan. Taken in the deep at long on. Jasdeep Singh Kohli has picked up the big man. Pramod Chandan's struggles come to an end as he falls for 17. Let's take a look at this once again. Outside the line of the off stump, dragged it, but there was no timing whatsoever. Lacked the power to clear long on. And he comfortably took the catch in the deep with the fieldsman at long on. MRV Risers lose their 6th wicket at the score of 93 in 14.3 overs. Jinesh Shah, the new batsman in. Jasdeep Singh Kohli, the leg spinner, goes down the ground for a single, does Jinesh Shah. Shailesh Sankar facing up to Jasdeep Singh Kohli. Down the ground goes Shailesh Sankar to long on. Will only be a single. Tossed up. Goes over the top. One bounce, two bounces into the rope. She's gone for four. Jinesh Shah. Much required boundary for him and the MRV Risers. This is exactly what they want to see. Galore of boundaries and sixes. Jinesh promising after this particular shot. Not an easy shot to play, mind you. Went all the way for four. Superbly struck by Jinesh Shah. Now Shailesh Sankar on strike. 15 overs have been bowled here. 99 for 6 are the MRV Risers. So Rohan Pitre concedes a single of the first ball. Now it will be Jinesh Shah on strike. Rohan Pitre. All his team would be wanting him to do is bowl economically. The 100 up with that single for the MRV Risers. Off spinner goes down the ground as Jinesh Shah. Running the first one hard. Sent back by Jinesh. Shailesh Sankar wanted to come back for the second. They need a lot of runs to the MRV Risers. 173 is the target. That means they need 71 runs here. Now 70 of 28 balls. Jinesh Shah on strike. Rohan Pitre the bowler. MRV Risers 102 for 6. 70 runs required in 27 balls. Played away off the back foot into the offside. No run taken there by Jinesh Shah. 15.4 overs have been bowled. 102 for 6 are the MRV Risers. Steps out, goes over the top of the bowler. One bounce into the rope. She is gone for 4. Superbly struck there by Jinesh Shah. Stepping out to the off spinner and bunting it over his head. All the way for 4. Let's take a look at this once again. Stepping out. No half measures whatsoever. Was perilously close to being a 6. But a boundary nevertheless to the MRV Risers and Jinesh Shah. He's going all guns blazing, batting at a strike rate of 200. Down the leg side will be signalled a wide there by the umpire. Jinesh Shah. He seems to be turning it on here for the MRV Risers. Worked away on the onside. Coming back for the second year. Will complete it in the end. Will Silesh Sankav, who was running to the danger end. "16 overs have been bowled here. 109 for 6 are the MRV Risers. Tossed up, goes down the ground as Jinesh Shah. Silesh Sankav, I believe. Now Jinesh Shah on strike. Flashed it through the offside over extra cover's head. They should be coming back for the second. No, says Jinesh Shah. Sends Silesh Sankav back. I'm not sure whether that is the right ploy. You need runs. You need to convert the ones into twos, twos into threes. This was an easy 2. Now Silesh Sankav on strike. Nelson's on the board for 6 wickets. Cut away. Straight to backward point. Single taken there by Silesh Sankav. Now Jinesh Shah on strike. Mayur Gala the bowler. Worked away on the onside by Jinesh Shah. No run taken in the end. Wicketkeeper taking off all the stumps. This could take some time. Jinesh Shah on strike. 13 of 8 balls for him. Short ball, looking to pull that one. No timing whatsoever on that ball. Completely lost his shape while playing that shot. Jinesh Shah. So the dew already taking effect on the ground. Bowler having to wipe the ball with the towel. Never easy to bowl in these conditions. Cracked away through the offside. And the ball will be stopped by the fieldsman in the deep. Will pick up a couple of runs here. Will Jinesh Shah. 17 overs have been completed. 114 for 6 are the MRV risers. Goes over the top, does Silesh Sankav. Unable to time the ball well there. But he picks up a couple of runs. Goes through the offside this time. Silesh Sankav will find the boundary. Superbly done there by Silesh Sankav. Stepping out and crashing it through extra cover. Let's take a look at this shot once again. Off spinner. Steps out. Some room on offer. And he found the gap between the man sweeping in the deep and long off for 4. Well done, Silesh Sankav. Couple of runs followed by a boundary. That's 6 runs of 2 balls. Good enough. He needs a lot more than that. Does Silesh Sankav. Goes down the ground. Does Silesh Sankav. Jinesh Shah, the man on strike now. 51 needed of 15. They have no time. They need to go bonkers and bananas out here in the middle. They need a galore of sixes and fours. Ones and twos are not going to do it for them. Pulled away. Into the gap for four. Very good shot by Jinesh Shah there. Found the square leg boundary with easily in the end. The placement was superb. The timing was even better. Let's take a look at this shot once again. Off the back foot. And slamming that through square leg for a boundary. $125 for 6 are the MRV risers now. Tossed up. Beaten. Wicketkeeper did not collect it cleanly. Stumping goes a begging, but they need some luck. Do these two batsmen in the middle. 18 overs have been bowled here. 125 for 6 are the MRV risers. Kaustubh Sawant will be bowling to Sailesh Sankavya. Inside edge, straight to square leg. Behind square for a single. 46 runs now needed of 11 balls. They need sixes. Let's put it simply. Even boundaries will not do now. Sixes are needed here. Jinesh Shah, can he park a few sixes here? 19 of 13 to his name. Cracked away through the offside, but no timing on that ball there. Only a single. Kaustubh Sawant, the man with the ball in hand. And now it's going to be Sailesh Sankav on strike. Now Jinesh Shah on strike. 9 balls, 44 runs required. Straight back to the stumps goes Jinesh Shah. Just not good enough on the given day. Way too many runs required in fewer deliveries. There's a lot of pressure on this pair at the moment. Now Sailesh Sankav on strike. Very well bowled. The off cutter on the stumps. Single for Sailesh Sankav. Now Jinesh Shah on strike. This is the last ball of the penultimate over. 130 for 6. MRV Risers. Goes big through the offside. Just clears extra cover, that's it. Jasdeep Singh Kohli at long off will do the fielding. 19 overs have been bowled here. 131 for 6 are the MRV Risers with 41 needed in the last over. Now Jinesh Shah on strike. Priyul Savani with the ball in hand. Wide will be signalled there. 40 runs of 6. They need sixes, only sixes. And they would hope for a no ball or two here and there. But to be fair to the superstar strikers, they've been the better team on the given day. First with the bat in hand, now with the ball in hand. Haven't really allowed the MRV Risers to get a move on. Have kept chipping away at the wickets. Flashed away through the offside for a couple of runs here. Jinesh Shah. That's not going to do it for them. 5 balls, 38 runs. Game pretty much in favour of the super strikers. All the way along really, but now it's confirming them as to being the team that's going to win out here. Slapped away through the offside. Man out there in the deep will get to it. They'll pick up another couple runs. What's happened there? Did they pick up only 1 run? There were easy 2 runs in there. They only picked up a single. Not quite sure what the intent or the context was all about. But now it's going to be Shailesh Sankav on strike. (33 of 28 to Shailesh. Right up there, no run taken. Super strikers would be delighted that they're going through to the semi-finals. On the other hand, the MRV Risers have a lot of thinking to do going forward into a few other tournaments that they feature in. Goes over the top of extra cover here and will go into the boundary for 4. Very good shot finally from Shailesh Sankav. But too little too late on this occasion is Shailesh Sankav. The only thing that will do is reduce the margin of defeat. Superbly done there by Shailesh Sankav. Inside out over extra cover. Long off. Had no chance in the end. Short ball pulled away. Gets a top edge. Falls in no man's land. Only a single here. A ball to come. They've reached 140, have the MRV Risers. Just not good enough on the given day. Jinesh shot 25 of 18. He played well, but his team needed him to do a lot more than that. Sends him back does Jinesh Shah, and that's it. That's the match. Done and dusted with super strikers comprehensively beating their opponents by 32 runs. Well played, super strikers. MRV Risers would be disappointed with how the match has panned out for them. It was the MRV Risers who won the toss, elected to field first. Super strikers managing 171 for 8. Then when the MRV Risers came into bat, it was Sailesh Sankav's 38 not out of 31. Ravindra Soni played really well for 31 of 18 before he was run out. Jinesh Shah 25 not out of 19 balls. Pramod Chandan was struggling for his 17 of 27. In the bowling department, it was Ganadiraj Gokate who did well in his 3 overs, picking up a couple of wickets for 15 runs. Kaustubh Sawant, 17 runs he gave away in his 3 overs. And Mittal Joshi bowled well in his 3 overs, giving away only 13 runs. So the super strikers winning the match comfortably by 31 runs and overhauling their opponents comprehensively in the end. Well, we're not done in today's day. This was just the first match. The second match will come to you live in 15 minutes from now on. So do stay tuned in after taking a short break. Thank you so much for watching.